Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take a look here at SUI, see what's going on. We'll make it kind of quick. We got a type of bullish pattern here forming. This is a bull type of flag pattern. Keep in mind, a lot of times when you see these kind of channels occur, it can work itself into an ascending broadening wedge pattern. So we want to pay attention to that. It all depends on how you draw it out with candle wicks and candlesticks. So the whole point of me mentioning this is that candlestick patterns are only patterns. Okay, they're not the reason why coins break out in either direction. Just kind of an indication of momentum shifts and just the general way in which the price action is forming. So for SUI, the important thing to recognize is that we consistently have been seeing these liquidity sweeps. If you see it on smaller time frames, which I can post that on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord later, we keep seeing these little wicks down to this 340 range. Every time it recovers, it's a lot of buying pressure at 340. Just know there is a lot of liquidation below the price action too. And while it's not monumental, anything between, we lose 340, we may see that 320 range as a next potential target. So just some friendly advice. Be careful, I would say, shorting this coin, honestly. But also, if you take longs, make sure that you are watching them close, because this coin does kind of jump around a lot. At least lately in this range, it has been. It's not really sure what it wants to do, but keep in mind, Bitcoin doesn't know what it wants to do either. So it's kind of a weird place. My speculation is that Bitcoin will pull back. I think it's trapping a lot of late longs right now. And if that does happen, we should see a pullback from this coin. We can see liquidation delta is slightly bearish, slightly more bearish rather, basically implying we have more shorts than longs in the market right now. Okay, we look at open interest. We can recognize here too, there's a tremendous amount of resistance at 360 to 368. So we're traveling right into that. If we can break free from this, we may see a run towards 368 next. But overall, open interest implies we have more resistance above us than below us as far as support is concerned. So more likelihood or propensity for the price to go lower. Okay. Now, when we look at the macro here, we want to look at the daily time frame and recognize there's nothing bearish about this coin. It's all looking fantastic. And just to reiterate and reaffirm, if we do happen to see 320 as a potential reality for us, that again, you can't remove all potential scenarios out. We see that some confluence there with a fair value gap, but also more important, we got the 200-day SMA hanging out there, and that was a previous high as well. So I'm anticipating 320 to be a nice little pivot point if the price were to recover, or pull back to that level. I feel like it could recover quickly, at least the first attempt to break that range. Okay, so that's good news. That's below us. Now, right now, we can kind of see this too. Reaffirm 360 is that local high, the current high. We still have yet to close above 360. We haven't closed above 360 since February 4th. Okay, so to give you perspective, while we're peaking above that today, that doesn't mean we're going to break out. It implies that we want to close above that level to have some kind of sustainability. Okay, so I'm ultimately looking for a closure of 360 or higher, and Bitcoin hypothetically breaking its resistance of 95.5 is a rough estimate. That's really close to this local high. So a lot of little things need to happen, but we got good support below the price here for now for SUI. So the concept is that we should remain in this range until Bitcoin decides to get its rear in gear. So we take a look here. We can see we're trending right there at the 20-day SMA, the 50s below. Generally favorable. I'm not saying this is like super bullish, but it's not really a bearish sign. We can see we're still maintaining above 50 in the RSI. We really need to see the price action establish higher highs and higher lows, and that would give us a quote-unquote hidden bullish convergence, which I really don't like that term because it's not really all that hidden. This isn't like a surprise or anything. We're just seeing our RSIs cool off and the price action establish higher highs and higher lows. That's specifically what Bitcoin is doing right now. So that's why I feel like we're going to get faked out here, because there's a lot of potential indication the price should go higher, but all the more likely why it probably won't, just based on how market makers are. But nonetheless, at this point, money flow index is pulling back. That's not a really good sign. That implies less money is flowing into this coin. It's slowly getting weaker. So I do personally feel, just based on some of the more important indicators, the indicators that I typically like to use, they're indicating some weakness here. So that leads me to believe we should see a short-term pullback and or correction to either 340 or 320 again. But no matter how you look at it, it's a unique market right now. So be very careful taking, honestly, longs or shorts. I think altcoins are starting to get a little shaky though. So if I'm going to gravitate towards any type of trade, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards shorting specific altcoins that lost their support level. Like Caspa, for example. I haven't covered this yet, but we've got a signal on this one. We shorted at 0.093, basically 9.3 cents. And we can see here at this point, it's looking pretty good. So once more, just an example of certain coins that are doing poorly. I wouldn't say that this coin is doing that. It just feels like it's on the edge of disaster if Bitcoin were to pull back. So just know that that's a thing. All right. Thanks so much again for watching. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord if you haven't already. Also, make sure you reference Bitunix too. Links down below. That exchange is phenomenal. No KYC or VPN required. Excellent reward bonus right now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, though. Thanks again so much for always liking the videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.